Hi, my name's Karen from Geelong, Victoria, and I'm 51 years old. So I did QAC and I worked through the process, and from that I could correlate the different emotions that the event had on me at the time, and kind of how they carried through my life, even though I pushed down the emotions and the event that actually occurred. And I could see then over the last 20 odd years why I sort of push people away emotionally. Um, and yeah, it was quite a revelation once I got to the end. But also I could see how that process works. It really works. And now knowing what I know, it's just opened up so many more doors for me, and I feel a lot lighter, a lot freer because of the experience, even though it was a bit difficult to start off with, and I really had to dig deep, and I kind of didn't want to for such a long time. But yeah, it's had a really positive impact on me. I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's. Once I did this quantum affirmation collapse, I then continued in my own time doing it for myself. And one of the things that came up was when I was a child, I was told what I got a really good result on a test, and it was 97%, but instead of congratulating me, I was told, well, why didn't you get 100%? And so as a child, I was a bit of a recluse. I liked to read books, and I'd hide in my room, and I was a bit of a loner, and that carried out when I got a bit older. And so that's how I dealt with difficult situations. I wouldn't stand up for myself, and I would just hide and read and go into a fantasy land. And that's how I dealt with things growing up. And so doing the quantum affirmation collapse, I could see that those things, even though you think they're hiding away and not speaking your voice, but then that gave me a love for reading, a love for, and to this day, I mean, I read every single day, and I just love that feeling of escaping to another world or learning something new. So I could see the positive aspects out of those negative emotions that I was having at the time. Because I was suppressing my emotions, I ended up with Hashimoto's. I was feeling fatigued. I was having some hair loss and unexplained weight gain, feeling cold all the time. And I went to the doctor. He did some blood tests. When I went back to get the results, he told me I had Hashimoto's, and I'd never heard of it before. So I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's approximately 5 years ago. I asked what I could do, and he explained that it was a thyroid disease and underactive thyroid. And he basically said there's nothing you can do. There's no cure for this. He explained to me that my immune system will attack my thyroid, and once it's depleted, then I'll go on hormone replacement therapy for life. Before I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, I was a single mother of my son, and I was finding it difficult, trying to juggle work and picking him up from school and so forth. And I was feeling lonely. I was actually feeling very lonely. I felt like I was ready to have a partner in my life, but I didn't know how to go about it. I developed, all the symptoms that come with Hashimoto's, and I'm not one to run to the doctors straight away, so that lingered for quite a while until I got this diagnosis. Well, that's what he told me, is that it would deplete my thyroid and I'd end up on this HRT, which I didn't even know what that was. But he gave me no indication that this could be reversed in any way. He just said that is your immune system attacking your body. That was basically it. There was a 2-day workshop in Melbourne in April, and it was seemed too good to be true because it was very cheap. So I decided to take my mum, and we went for the 2 days, and not thinking that for the amount that we paid for it, I thought it was a bit of a farce, and we absolutely loved it. So after the first day, I said to my mum, "What do you think? Are we going back tomorrow?" And she said, "Absolutely." So it was really, really good. Ray breaks it all down and tells you the science behind it, which I found quite fascinating. And I came away with a lot of knowledge from there. And since then, I've actually been to another one in Melbourne just recently, and I took my husband, who was also blown away. So if you're thinking of doing it and you're sitting on the fence, just do it. You can always walk out if you think, you know, that it's not for you. But I can guarantee you'll be glued to your seats because the information is just incredible. I believed that this was going to work. I guess that as well helps. And after approximately 4 weeks ago, I thought I'll go back and see what my blood work's like. So I went back, and I've actually got the results here. So my previous blood tests before that, I was right on the level to start hormone replacement therapy. And my doctor actually said he wrote a prescription. I didn't feel it because I wanted to do this first and just to see. And yeah, I went back 4 weeks ago and my levels are all fine. All fine. And when I spoke to the doctor, he wasn't even interested in what I had to say or how I healed myself. So when I came out of the doctor's surgery, I just could not believe it. It was just, I was blown away. I rang my husband straight away. I rang my mum and I said, "Oh my gosh, guess what I've done? I've healed my body." So they're very, very, very excited. And I would love other people who are in this situation to just try it. Just try it. It takes literally 20 minutes a day. You can do more if you want to, and it worked. And it worked very, very quickly. That was in April, and we're now in July, and I got my results back 4 weeks ago. So just goes to show how quickly things can change and turn on a dime. From doing the 2-day workshop, I have enrolled in the 4-day course, and we head off to Perth next month. I'm very excited for that. I just want to know, I want to delve in deeper. I want to know as much as I can. I want to get as much as I possibly can from this. Obviously, it's had positive results for me, and I just want to keep going. Apart from just being positive and bringing good things into my life, I also have a skin condition called melasma on my face. Can't see it now because it's covered with makeup, but that is one thing I'm working on now with my meditations, and I would love to come back soon and tell you that that's all gone, and hopefully that's going to happen. I'm sure it will. So yeah, just really looking forward to learning as much as possible on this 4-day course. Ray just knows so much about quantum physics and the mind and how it works, and it's just I just love learning about it. And so the more I can find out, the better I think we are equipped as humans to live out our daily lives in a better, more positive and not be so reactive all the time, and look at things through a different lens. Absolutely happy I came to the workshop. I have been telling friends and family, you just got to get there, make it happen, because I've been to 2 now and they are sold out. So if you get the opportunity, get your tickets very, very quickly, because they sell out and it's a packed house, and they're a beautiful vibe because everyone's there for the same purpose. And yeah, it's a really nice feeling. It is. I've got my son's turning 19 tomorrow, and he's an only child, and he's been a bit like me, he's quite withdrawn, and he takes off and into his bedroom, and he's not someone, you don't get much out of him, but this has really worked as well. I've seen such a change. He's over in Tassie at the moment for work, and he rings me. That is incredible. He rings me and he wants to have a chat with me. So it's just having a positive effect all round, a family life, and it's just lovely, to have that connection with my child. Whereas I normally get one word answers. You'd see me doing meditations, and so I'll get up in the morning and just say, hey mate, I call it my mumbo jumbo. Just gonna go do my mumbo jumbo, and he's like, yep, no worries, mum. So I've been doing that for a while now, and now that I've got my mum on board and my husband on board as well, he's seeing a positive effect. We're being more attentive towards each other, and we're actually actively listening to each other and switching off devices, and yeah, being there for each other, which is good. It's lovely.